Is your mouth watering and are you craving dessert? Do you know why this is happening? Have you ever wondered what occurs in the brain that makes sugary foods so difficult to resist? Sugar is a general term used to describe a class of molecules known as carbohydrates, and it can be found in a wide variety of food items. Just check the labels on sweet products you buy. Glucose, fructose, sucrose, maltose, lactose, dextrose and starch are all forms of sugar. High fructose corn syrup, fruit juice, raw sugar, and honey are also examples of sugar. It is important to note that sugar is not just found in candy and desserts, it is also added to products, such as tomato sauce, yogurt, dried fruit, flavored waters, and granola bars. As sugar is prevalent in many foods, it is important to understand how it affects the brain. What happens when sugar enters your body? Does consuming a small amount of sugar lead to a desire for more? When you eat cereal, the sugar it contains activates the sweet taste receptors on your tongue. These receptors send a signal to the brain stem, and from there it travels to various areas of the forebrain, including the cerebral cortex. The cerebral cortex processes different tastes such as bitter, salty, and sweet. This activates the brain's reward system, which is a series of electrical and chemical pathways. The brain's reward system is a complex network that spans across multiple regions of the brain. It helps to answer the subconscious question of whether or not to repeat a certain behavior. The pleasant feeling experienced when eating a piece of chocolate cake from grandma is an example of the reward system being activated. However, this system is not only triggered by food, but also by socializing, sexual behavior, and drugs. Overactivating this system can lead to a loss of control, cravings, and an increased tolerance to sugar. Consuming sugar, such as in cereal, causes it to travel to the stomach and gut, where there are also receptors that signal to the brain when you are full or when insulin needs to be produced to handle the extra sugar. The reward system in the brain uses dopamine, a crucial chemical neurotransmitter, as its main currency. There are many dopamine receptors located in the forebrain, but they are not evenly distributed. Some areas contain dense clusters of receptors, which are referred to as dopamine hotspots, and are a part of the reward system. Certain drugs like alcohol, nicotine, or heroin cause an excessive release of dopamine, leading some individuals to constantly seek that high and become addicted. Sugar also causes the release of dopamine, but not as dramatically as drugs. Additionally, among foods that stimulate dopamine release, sugar is relatively rare. For example, foods like broccoli have no effect. This may explain why it is difficult to get children to eat vegetables. When it comes to food, the brain is programmed to pay special attention to new or different foods. A balanced meal, for example, causes dopamine levels to spike in the reward system hotspots, but if the same meal is eaten repeatedly, dopamine levels will spike less and less, eventually leveling out. Taste is important for two reasons: to detect spoiled food and to ensure a variety of nutrients in the diet. The brain recognizes new foods and craves for them, which is why dopamine levels decrease when a food becomes uninteresting. When consuming a sugar-rich food instead of a balanced meal, the effects are similar if consumed in small amounts or occasionally. However, if consumed in large amounts, the dopamine response does not level out, leading to continued feelings of reward, similar to the effects of certain drugs. This is one reason why people may become addicted to sugary foods. Each type of sugar is unique, but when consumed, it triggers a chain reaction in the brain that leads to a feeling of reward. Overconsumption of sugar can have addictive effects on the brain, but occasional indulgence in sugar-rich foods won't harm you. Watch your health, and always, thank you for watching.